A secret test at the North Pole. A cute little pet with a frightening secret. A South Seas adventure. And a young girl swimming alone.
This could really be the big one.
You're going to lose a lot of sleep this month as Cinemax presents 4 chilling monster movies.
Did you ever hear of Kong?
There's something strange on the radar screen.
Gremlins, huh? Little monsters.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's coming.
Get out of the house.
Watch out.
Prepare yourself for King Kong, the beast from 20,000 fathoms, Gremlins, and the unforgettable Jaws. 4 terrifying monster movies. All this month on Cinemax.
JAWGUST. JAWGUST. JAWGUST, it is JAWGUST, where I will be watching Jaws each day. Podcast, got a podcast, but I'm not quite sure what I will say. The choice of this time I give you pause, 'cause it has nothing to do with Jaws. JAWGUST, it is JAWGUST, where every day I will watch Jaws and talk about Jaws. It helps if you like Jaws.
Shark sighting forcing swimmers out of the water at 2 Maine beaches. Police say that several swimmers at Wells Beach reported seeing this fin in the water. Marine Patrol later confirmed it was a great white shark, about 9 feet long, at the mouth of Wells Harbor. As a precaution, swimmers at Wells Beach and Drake's Island were told to avoid the water.
Drake's Island has long been known for its clean air, clear water, and beautiful white sand beaches. But in recent days, a cloud has appeared on the horizon of this beautiful resort community. A cloud in the shape of a killer shark. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the beaches of Maine, with my feet in the ocean water, the same ocean water that just yesterday a 9-foot great white shark was spotted. I'm coming to you live for day 14 of JAWGUST. Okay, you can hear the surf. We got to the beach. There's not one beach close sign. There's not one sign that says sharks were spotted. And I saw on the news yesterday, I played it on the show, Drake's Island was mentioned, and that's where I am right now. There are people walking on the beach. There are people in the water. Some are just up to their knees, some a little deeper. And, I'm just going to stay here until someone gets bitten. I think that's the ultimate goal. It is gorgeous out. Yes, I wore a mask walking out here. Not to the sand, but I did wear a mask to get out here. But yeah, I'm here. And guess what I did today? Guess what I did? I watched Jaws for the 14th time. And, yeah, guess what I'm not? Tired of it. Guess what I am? On vacation. So now I have even more time to watch, well, not more Jaws, the same amount of Jaws, but more time to devote to watching Jaws, where I don't have to watch a half hour here, a half hour there. I can sit down before, in the morning and just kind of have it with my morning coffee and my morning milkshake and my morning calzone. Just have myself quite a good morning in JAWGUST. It's actually very nice here in Maine. There's been a couple shark sightings here recently, and this yesterday was the most recent one, and it felt like it was almost like just wonderful timing on my part, because here I am podcasting about a shark movie every day, and just the idea that my wife and I wanted to go someplace today, and that place just happened to have a great white shark show up. Just shows me that, you know what, I am making the right choices in life. And you say to yourself, well, Mike, you're at the beach with your wife and you're podcasting right now. Why don't you spend time with her? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to sit down. And seated next to me, for the first time ever, on Geek Mentality, and the first ever guest of JAWGUST, here is Mrs. Geek Mentality herself, Tammy. Say hello, Tammy.
Hello.
Hello. Now, this is specifically a Jaws podcast. I asked her earlier today, but I'm going to repeat it now. You have seen Jaws, yes?
Yes.
She has quite a way with words, ladies and gentlemen. She's just got the gift of gab. Tell me, what is your favorite part of the movie Jaws?
All of it.
All of it. All of it. See, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing, and she was telling me this earlier, she's shy right now, but she really doesn't like movies that don't have, lots of sex scenes in them. That's really her thing, and she's, Jaws just isn't sexy enough, she's told me, which is fine, to each her own, his or her own. She's definitely not, didn't just give me a look when I said that right now, but I thought we'd have my first official guest of JAWGUST. Tammy, thank you so much for coming. Is there anything you'd like to promote?
No, I'm all set.
Oh, cool. My wife, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a word from her. Now I'm going to get up, walk away from her, and talk a little more. I like to talk about Jaws, and I like to take notes, and I did that. I got my little note app here, where I actually wrote down the Peter Benchley quote exactly so I wouldn't screw it up. And here's a couple things that I noticed today. Quint. Have I said this enough? That Quint is... I said Quint is testing them when he first meets them, but he's just constantly a ball breaker. When he meets the group in the town hall, he scratches that thing. He draws a freaking picture of a kid getting eaten by a shark. Ball breaker. The moment he sees Hooper, he's testing him and breaking his balls at the same time. And when they're when they're getting ready to go on the Orca, he's constantly yipping and yapping about what are you, a half-ass astronaut, and giggling. And his laugh, I said, who has a better laugh, Hooper or Quint? Because they are both awesome when they're drunk. But Quint's laugh is just like, he's such a son of a bitch. Hey, if you see a shark, Hooper, swallow. And come on, Chief, daylight's wasting. And then, you could see just how, excited he is to be going on this little trip, where he's, because he's like, man the torpedoes, I can't think of all it, front, back, I can't think of it, any of it, but it's like, see about your rubbers, all these things where he's just constantly busting balls, which apparently Ellen Brody was really upset by, because she ran off it was almost like there was a betrayal in some dramatic movie, and she ran off in a huff. And that was the last time we've ever seen her. But I just wanted to mention that. Also, something I noticed was, Chief Brody said he wasn't drunk enough to go on Hooper's boat. Now, did they go back to the Brody house? Because when he's on Hooper's boat, if you'll notice, he's carrying the white wine Hooper brought a red wine and a white wine. I'm pretty sure they polished off the red wine at dinner. They did that pretty quickly. And I'm back in the ocean, by the way. That's why it's really loud. But you know what? This is real life. They obviously finished off that red when he said, let's have one more drink and we'll cut that shark open. And but then he went back, or he brought it with him, the whole bottle of white, which I thought was I laughed because it was just a little detail where the red's gone, now he's got the white. So that's something I never noticed before that I wanted to notice. And then, of course, the absolute last thing you see in Jaws is Hooper and Brody off in the distance. And I wonder if it was just, stuntmen, doubles, just someone I doubt it was Scheider and Dreyfuss. It could have been, but I doubt it. It didn't need to be. But I like that the last thing you see is they're on the beach coming out of the water. And by the looks of the dunes, I think that was South Beach, which is also the beach that Chrissy Watkins was killed on, which tells me that this is like a full circle. The movie opens with her on the beach. The movie ends with them on the beach. Because you can see there's a lot of dunes. There's none of those little cabanas. So this is definitely a different beach. This is the beach. To me, I think it's the exact same beach. And we're kind of standing in the the camera is set up on the spot where Chrissy ran down. That's just a guess. But that's what I saw. And what else do I have? There's a couple of the things. Bing, bing, bong, bing, bidding, boom, 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 boodle-doo. Yeah, I think that's it. I wrote down, what else did I want to say? There was definitely something else I wanted to say. All right, now I remember. So, at the beginning, we saw, at the beginning of this episode, I quoted the line, not verbatim, because I'm at Drake's Island, but the Peter Benchley, he has a cameo in, as the TV reporter. And, of course, Peter Benchley wrote the book and co-wrote the script with Carl Gottlieb. Carl Gottlieb played the other Ben. Is it Henderson? He played the newspaper man. So we have the two people who wrote it in this movie. And, of course, I didn't know this until I think I read it yesterday, that the director also has a small role in this. He is the man on the radio. That Steven Spielberg is the voice of the man on the radio who is calling to Orca, Amity to Orca. And that's when Quint picks up, and they're like, we have Mrs. Brody on the line. Everything's fine, Mrs. Brody. We got a couple of fish, nothing going on. We'll talk to you later. When he basically gets her off the line real quick. That's Steven Spielberg. So, pretty cool. 14 days, and I feel like, as much as I repeat myself, I think I'm bringing something new every time. And the fact that I'm doing this today from the ocean, with my feet in the ocean, which is absolutely gorgeous. And there's these two women in front of me, and they're definitely up to their waist. I mean, it could happen. Like, this is the spot where it could happen. It kind of freaks me out when you look out in the ocean. When I'm looking out onto the horizon, the one shot that comes into mind is right after Michael is taken out of the ocean. He's in shock, and Chief looks up. And he's not looking at Larry Vaughn. He's not looking at anything. He's just looking under the bridge, through the dock, out into the deep ocean, and he's like, this is where I have to go. This is where I must go to destroy the beast. And, I think that's it. So listen, we had our first guest today, my wife. I'm sure she was thrilled to be on the show. And we definitely planned that. And, Seagull just came in low. And while we will be doing shows, of course, all weekend, come Monday or Tuesday, we're going to have our first actual scheduled guest. My friend Chris is going to be on the show. And then sometime later in the week, my friend Eric is going to be on the show. And I don't know if they know this yet, but they're finding it out now. I know we scheduled some things, some we haven't scheduled, but my friends, we're doing it. We're doing it for one reason. To celebrate JAWGUST and to talk Jaws. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. I realize now that my wife probably wants to hang out with me a little, so I'm going to do that because I'm also a good husband. listen, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Geek Mentality. The website is fans.experts.com. The Facebook page is Fans Not Experts. And basically, hey, guess what? We're on Twitter too, Fans Not Experts. But if you follow me on Geek Mentality, that's the most important thing. That's where all the magic happens. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing. My feet are sinking into the sand as I'm standing here in the water having a wonderful beach evening. And, you know, there's nobody seems to be afraid of sharks. So I guess we're all good and everything's safe. So until tomorrow, unless, of course, I hear some screams, you might hear from me again. But if you don't, then you know, unfortunately, no one was attacked by a shark. So until tomorrow, my friends, here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe, 'cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.